Yeah, I don't think they're going to input anything like that again. But then again, they did put in the revolver, the R rating for this game. So at this point, anything's questionable. You know, we don't know what's going to be happening with Valve. We haven't had a major update in what, 6 months?
We also haven't had an operation. Oh, I missed the operation.
Over a year. I love operations, but I mean, honestly, like as much as I love operations, I'm not as bothered because they don't affect like normal CS and all the bugs that we have and everything. But right now, we haven't had a major update in 6 to 8 months or something ridiculous. I want to see not a UI fix, spectator fix, GoTV fixes, stuff like that. You know, get rid of this GoTV lag and other things. There are so many.
Why
things
would you do that when you can have custom trousers? Custom shoes.
Oh, custom shoes.
High heels.
Nikes.
Just, oh yeah, we have different ideas.
Brands can pay Valve to advertise,
like,
right?
Have an SK jumper or something like that.
They changed kitchen in Mirage to a McDonald's, and all the players wear Nike shoes. You know, this is what's going to happen. Either way, we're going into the pissed around here. Fnatic Academy, again, a double utility setup here. This is interesting. The armor on the other 3 players, and they're going to be set up outside of this B site early on, throwing in these smokes. And obviously, aTTaX just with a 2-man play. Interesting to see Oscarish in this position, not breaking the window. They may not check this angle after they see that it isn't broken, but actually, he's going to make it very obvious he is in the position. ECFN as well, over towards the bench. They don't check it, but Oscarish going to open things up. Ekvim trying to deny the plant. He will kill Yazy walking as well. So now the double man advantage, triple in fact secure, but Barton, Golden, both going to get a kill each. It's all to Golden now.
Got his trusty P250 in hand, manages to do a bit of damage, but Tizian is there to finish off the pistol. Nice work in the end from alternate attacks. That didn't seem like they really checked a lot of the angles as well. I feel like having bench still that late into the round was a little bit worrying when looking over at that T side. But they are going to be buying back up into this. Batten already getting himself a smoke. You gonna fully invest? Yeah, they are. It was just taking a little bit of time, checking exactly what to get, and then they realized, why would you buy anything other than the Tech 9? It is an absolute monster of a weapon. And, well, quite heavy again. This is almost identical to the buy we saw. I think it is identical to the buy we saw on Nuke. 3 UMPs, MP9, and a FAMAS.
Yes. Very, very meta. But I do like to see the double rifle triple FAMAS. I like that, but quad SMG, that's where you get into risky territory, right? Because you see a Tech 9 fast play really catch you off guard. Although the MP9 going to get aggressive and he gets himself 1 kill. Searson following up as well. Yazy trades. Barton does follow up as well, but there's still a 3-man versus 2. As aTTaX are going to rotate the hordes back towards the A site, actually giving full control of B back over to the T's if they do so want it. And Plessum, he's going to potentially push up short here. Actually, no, he's going to jump into the window here and split in with Batten, who's actually found himself a UMP. So watch out for that. There we go. Nice angle. Stinks Crispy as well. Good damage, but Barton is still so low. The nade, though, the combination puts Crispy even lower. He actually gets away right around the corner, sorry. That's questionable. Good game.
That must have just blown up just before. Batten just going to be going for the plant. Smart decision on his part. Confirm them at least some money going into the next so that they can buy. Just moments. He does actually manage to get himself another kill. This is a little bit costly now. Obviously, they've still got the FAMAS in hand, and really, there shouldn't be any way of him getting out of this position. Ekfam will be there to finish things off, and they will get the defuse, but a bomb plant and 3 players dropped. Not bad. Obviously, they will have to save into the next round, unless they are going to go for some ballsy plays. They won't have a huge amount. Although Batter could actually get an AK.
Yeah, no, don't do it. Just eco this one. Play it safe. Go for the buy next round. No reason to throw away another one when aTTaX are clearly going to start to buy up some rifles sooner or later. You can see 3 M4s, a FAMAS, a UMP. It would be a bad decision to full invest into this one. But Fnatic Academy, thanks to that bomb plant, they are going to put a bit of money into this one. The issue is, people like Karas, right? He's down to 1,400. They're banking on getting this bomb plant. If they do not get the bomb plant, they will not have enough money for a full buy next round. Well, they obviously will attempt it. They'll have to be relegated down to some SMGs because they will not have enough for 5 AKs with full armor and nades.
They'll have 2,400 added in, so you can just about get AK armor, but that's about it.
Yeah. But you need that utility, right? So you'll be on an SMG unless the rest of his team buy it up.
Regardless.
Oh, dear.
It jumped over his head. That is just horrible. Plesson, he's got into a good position, but the value of it is absolutely null because he's gone straight over his head and, well, pretty damn flawless coming out from alternate aTTaX. I'm interested to see if they do decide to get an AWP on Mirage. Because Mirage, if it, like, on Nuke, I can sort of understand it with the way they were playing, with the aggression. But on Mirage, AWP is such an effective weapon to have in hand. Either way, they will get the buy over on the fnatic side. As you said, they're not going to have all the utility. Karis will just have to go for the flat AK and armor. I'm going to be peeking out to try and find Crispy. The flashbang works, but he's not really willing to peek into those AKs.
It's interesting to see he didn't go for the UMP, considering they don't really have any any good nades like Molotovs, for example. Either way, aggressive towards connector early on. We do have this one player who can flank into either A or B, both Pleasant and Button in flank angles, and Crispy's going to be posted up towards connector. But look at this aggression from Searson. This is going to be very misguided as Button is holding the angle. Nice quick pick there. Takes down Searson. Man advantage, but Yazy is very, very close to the connector from Crispy. Oh no, spraying in through. He's not going to be able to connect enough bullets with Karis. He saves his teammate.
Oh, they're going to line up.
Yeah, very, very close to it. ECFN takes down one. Nice refrag though. Pleasant is going big. And the man advantage secured and the bomb site, but there's still Tizian in behind.
Tizian's going to be the big problem, especially when it comes planting that bomb. I think he just shot though. Yeah, he's just given away that position. That was such a valuable spot to have. Now he's isolated. They can just go for a much safer plan and Pleasant, but he doesn't have time for that. He's just going to peek out, take his head clean off. It's still going to be a rebuy. Now, what interests me about that previous round is I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I think it was Searson. We're talking about whether or not he'd buy an AWP or what he'd invest in. He actually buys an UMP. I don't really understand that logic. He could have got flat rifles. Instead, they're going to invest in it in this round, but I just feel like that's a little bit too risky if you're buying the weapon. It just seems a little bit odd. Either way, heavy mid aggression coming out. Jay starts things off with the headshot onto Crispy. This time, they do connect.
Yeah, the man.
Oh, go on.
Go ahead, Tom. It's okay.
Damn you.
I knew I could win that. I knew I could win that.
Because I am here to put a show on for the stream, so you only care about yourself. We are going to see Golden at the top of mid. A little bit of aggression coming out from the CT side. They want to try and trade this frag back. We're going to see the rotation out from the T's, making their way back over towards this A side. But again, Searson's got aggressive now. Harris could hit any movement that he makes. He's just going to sit in this corner. He's going to make very, very difficult for them if they have to have a retake scenario. Looking towards Golden as well. He's going to come in with a split. Already we find one. Searson, he has actually got the kill over towards Palace. They should know exactly where he is, but this means it's a three-prong retake already. Make it two, as already we lose Oscar. Now they're going to start nading over towards Searson. They know exactly where he is. He's not sneaky anymore.
Oh no, that flashbang as well. He's going to completely blind himself. Takes him out of the battle, and he's got to run back. But look, already he's being chased down towards the T-spawn. It's going to be Karis who's looking for this kill. Already finding that angle. Goes in for the headshot, and the spray going to work out. It's Ekman to at least run for the hills in towards the B site. fnatic Academy, they pick up that second round for themselves. 2 in a row now, not allowing the reset from alternate attacks. And Ekman trying to save onto this gun. But look, Karis is hungry. Like a shark. He's going to be chasing him from behind.
Don't do this
it's
again.
Ekman. Ekman trying to hold onto this gun, but he's got players from all angles, and Golden takes him down. fnatic Academy, 2 rounds on the board. A pause called out from alternate attacks as then Muddy, it descends into madness here. They've got nothing to play with.
Attack? No. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense, because I don't think anything that's happened so far has been anything too crazy. They have lost 2 Byrons. Obviously, so far, all they've really won is the pistol. And, they are in a position where they can't really do anything. Obviously, after 2 rounds, they will, or in the next round at least, they'll have the loss bonus to be able to buy, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem now. It won't have any sort of AWP. I do find it kind of weird for a like, if they're a team that don't really like using the AWP, I don't feel like Mirage is really a map for them. Like, it is one of those maps where rotational AWP is just so powerful. Just having positions taken down, mid-control without an AWP, it takes an awful lot of practice and a very, very calculated risks they have to come in. I think we sometimes see Cloud9 do it with the sort of automatic play over towards the ladder room, which, again, it's sort of one of those things that, like, that team was so good on Mirage that it's a different story. Like, it's not really the same thing. Like, when they were at their peak on that map, I think they had it was something stupid, like 16-3 or something, like, literally ludicrous of how many times they actually won on that map. And their CT side was phenomenal. But we are going to have the unpause coming in. Obviously, in this round, not really expecting to see too much from this CT side. But at the same time, we have seen some crazy rounds already today and in this matchup.
Definitely. We're going to be going back into the game. Issues are fixed. fnatic Academy still utilizing that SMG on Barton. He's going to be easily able to spray down these unarmored players with that. Obviously, going to probably put him towards the entry role here. But he is up towards a ramp early on. Actually, Palace put on ramp come from Karas, and they're actually just holding a default here for the time being, not knowing fully whether aTTaX have got an investment round in. They might have forced things up. That's the thing. We've seen how, you know, hasty on the buys aTTaX can be. So fnatic Academy, knowing that this is a possibility, don't exactly want to, you know, expect a full eco and be up against rifles. Either way, Barton, he's got himself a great angle for an opening here over towards Palace, and so is Jay-Z as he pushes up towards the top of middle. Ekman playing close to the USP, sorry. And there we go, tapping away. Already going to be exposed, has to back off here. The crossfire not going to work out for aTTaX at the time being. fnatic Academy, slow progression up towards middle as they push Golden through.
And still just waiting. They're expecting some sort of aggression to come out from these CT players, but not really willing to do just that. I kind of like it. They're actually meaning that the time is being burnt down. Obviously, barely any utility has been used by this CT side. Only an HE or two. Going to use some to take over mid control at the moment. And it just depends where they split. They are going to be going over towards this A side. Now, there's quite a few players in a bit of a crossfire. And that's well timed. Tizian's going to get the first. Quickly traded as his teammate goes down. There are still a lot of damage that can be done here. Already another bit. Golden almost caught out as well. There's a lot of low players. Unfortunately, there's only one player left on the German side.
Yeah. It's going to be another round here for the Swedes, as we expected, obviously, coming in with the Seco. It's such a shame as well, because all the damage done onto fnatic Academy, if that was just all put into 2 people, that would have been 2 kills, right? But no, they've just damaged 4 people, and to no avail will that have any effect later into the match. Because he's just trying to get something here. He's going to be able to go for a full buy next round anyway. So,
hello.
Oh, okay, this is how you rack up some money. He's paid for that gun that you didn't even have to buy. $1,200. Definitely worth it. Take 2 guns off fnatic as well. Make them rebuy. And he's still got a rifle up into this round anyway. So it's not even going to matter, even if he did go down without getting a kill. Nice stuff, though, from fnatic Academy. Equals the score up. And aTTaX. No AWP, as we've obviously talked about. Still, JC Walken going to be back on his.
This could be where the problems begin, because how do you challenge an AWP? You don't. I think that's the answer. Yeah, not in this situation. Like yeah, the FAMAS, he's lost that joy even when he didn't have an AWP, and now it's just going to become so much more difficult. I do think that they need to have an AWP in this team. No matter what, like, especially considering the one they've lost. Heave is a magician. Not the magician, obviously, that's Kenny S. He's deemed himself that name, but that's not the point. Gonna have complete mid control. A little bit of presence from Tizian. Flashbang popped in. And even with a little bit of a delay, Batten will be able to get himself the kill. Plesson finding another. Leaving again. Searson, who's, well, he's comfortably been able to take Palace almost every time. Unfortunately, it's not really going to be something that bothers remaining players. Ekman really just wants to get out of here. Like, the amount of damage he should be able to do versus 5 players is never going to warrant anything else. We'll be getting pretty close to that max loss bonus, but other than that, there's not really too many shining lights in this position.
Yeah, just got to hold on to the guns as much as possible. Obviously, Karas flanking, it's going to make things difficult. This man's always been hunting down the exit frags. The ADR is a must. They will get away with them for the time being, but here we go. Here's the flank. Here's where it comes in. Not going to expect it. Running with a knife out. Searson goes down. Karas got himself one. Doesn't know Ekfan's on the other side as well. Just waiting. Look at the timing, Tom. Look at the timing. There we go. Karas takes him. Rifle to grab as well.
But
he's
just point out that us saying Ekfan sounds a bit like Eggfan.
Eggfan. See, ECFN, not Ekfan. The thing is, I don't actually know which is right? Everyone says something different. Some people say Ekfan, some people say ECFN. Who knows?
It was like the whole next week. Minis, Minis. Like, his name still bewilders me. I've just settled on Minis. Just hope that's correct. But for now, he's going to be called Eggfan. Karas taking the peak early on. He has spotted quite a few players over towards this A side. Of course, it is another pistol buy. Let's see whether or not they're going to be able to do too much damage. A lot of the rounds have been very clean. The pistol run they had in the 6th round, though, actually managed to do quite a lot of damage. Maybe we can see a little bit more. Obviously, that was mainly down to that UMP, but okay. Ekfan gonna do the damage. We'll be able to pick up an AK as well. Another kill should come in for Crispy, and this is getting a little bit too costly at the moment for the Fnatic Academy. They don't want to throw away a round like this.
Yeah, Crispy spotting one more out towards middle just for the damage. Obviously, he doesn't want to go down, though. He has an ult. JT, though, not able to back off. Somehow gets taken down. Ooh. And Ekfan, good stuff there. Just classic Ekfan, right? The Eagles out here for alternate attacks, and they're not having an issue. Oh, the wallbang as well into Karas. It's just funny. This is just alternate attacks, right? You know, can't win a rifle round, go into an eco, flawless. Boom.
Yeah, that is a very weird situation to come out at the moment. And, well, after getting themselves into a decent position, the T side are going to lose one. Now, they still have the opportunity to at least just win straight back and reset the money bonus. The problem is, it's not going to reset the economy just because of how much they've just made. They've picked up 4 guns, one of them being an AWP. Now, I'm interested to see how Sisson's actually going to play this one. He's obviously the man who's gone aggressive into Palace almost every round. He is going to try and take the challenge. And actually, this is something we saw previously. Jay doesn't always play that AWP role. Sometimes it's just whoever feels it on this Swedish side. We saw it yesterday. It was quite surprising because when he actually picked it up, they started playing better. But in this scenario, Golden's just said, nope, I'm having it this round. And he even got it dropped from Jay.
Oh, Oscarish. Yeah, this is just trying to get out of that position. It's awkward. Karas up. Oh!
What? How did he hit the shot? That doesn't even make any sense.
Of all people, the guy at the very, very back, Plesson, he's going to get the kill down onto Oscarish, clears out the B site. Now they can just overrun it, and alternate attacks already going to be on the save straight away. It's going to be the round here for the CT side, for the T side. ZCTs, they want to hold on to every single gun they can. Karas, dead, so no chasing for him. Fnatic Academy, they just want to hold on to their guns here. No exit frags for these guys. It's going to be alternate attacks, saving up in Palace once again. Actually clearing these with their guns out instead of knives out for a change, which is nice to see. But alternate attacks, they will be just carrying on in their stride, allowing Fnatic Academy to get themselves to a 5th round. But obviously, at the end of the day, that is the reset. So it was very important they actually save these rifles, bring them into the next, have something to play with. Because if they didn't, yeah, they got a bit of money in the reserves, but still not a huge amount.
We'll see. Save coming in. AWP is going to be dropped. Going to be Searson playing it. So it seems like he's the one they're giving it to at the moment, but I don't feel like he plays particularly confident with it. He didn't go for like the aggressive mid-peak or anything of the sort. This time it looked like he might, so Golden might actually have a little bit of competition. He's going to go for the quick peek. And actually, Searson drops down. Did he actually spot that? No, he didn't. So Searson's going to get away with the pick. The problem is, yep, he's going to get away. Nice start. That's exactly what you need in that mid-battle. The problem is now, the push is going to come back in. Searson's going to get another one. Jay will be able to trade one back, looking for more, but Crispy's there too. And, well, blinded. We'll see a couple of trades going either way, but ultimately, it's down to just Golden.
Yeah, a lot to do for the man. And he's not got a mag 7 to do it. But he has got the bomb in variable reach as he pushes up towards ramp. Obviously, Crispy's going to be holding on to it, but he's only going to need a couple of entries before he can grab it. Obviously, the trade game is going to be apparent here for aTTaX, playing the double stack. One will rotate, as you can see, Oscarish pushes into the CT spawn just in case. Golden going to be sneaky his way in. It's all going to be timing. Crispy spots him out, though. That Molotov going to make his position known. See, wall bangs onto that back position under the balcony. Golden just taking his time with this one. There's no real rush. Again, he has got plenty to play with. Now I know exactly where he is, so he may wait for some CT aggression, but you can see he still wants to clear out these angles on his push. Running out of ammo, though. He's just wasting shots on nothing, just shooting walls left and right. But it will be Crispy to clean up. 5-5 here for aTTaX. fnatic Academy just missing out on that one as well, which is a bit weird considering they were the ones coming into this one just off the back of resetting aTTaX, and now they've been reset, but the cash obviously in the bank still going to allow them to buy up.
Such a weird situation where it's going backwards and forwards, and then Crispy is just sat there with 9 grand, just like, are you guys having economic trouble? No, what do you mean? I've got loads of cash. Just not been dying, just saving weapons all the way through. And why was Searson not on this AWP all the way through? Pick again. Goes straight up aggressive into Palace, plays the role. This is exactly what I wanted to see from just any AWPer. Just go aggressive, find a pick early on, fall back, and basically just strike fear into the hearts of the T side, knowing that he could be anywhere.
And fast up towards middle, at least in the underpass area here. It's just going to be Tizian trying to bait out the angle, checking left and right. He knows they're here. He's just seen that flashbang go out, but it's Crispy instead to open things up. Tizian peeking out into the connector, goes down for Pless, and the boost not going to work out, but at least they got the connector control. However, Searson going to quickly relinquish that as he takes down another. Ekman drops in through the window and finds one more, and Jay-Z, he's been taken out of the equation. Different style from aTTaX. It works out phenomenally. Nice double play over in the window room, and they managed to pull it back to 6 rounds here on the CT side. Still, though, fnatic Academy have already had great effect with their 5 rounds, and despite them being on an eco here, still one more buy coming up after this.
I'm actually kind of annoyed that Searson wasn't on the AWP just from the get-go. Well, obviously not round 1, but since they could have got one in, they've had plenty of rounds, and he's just been beasting it since he's had it in play. Looking like the classic B push strategy. Be throwing in for smokes. Try and get themselves into this site. Get themselves a bomb plant. Maybe boost the buy that they can possibly get. Unfortunately, there is Ekman, but actually he's going to go down. Searson with the AWP holding the cross. Gets himself a second. They almost line up for him. Pleasant will be able to get one. Trying to get this bomb down desperately as Batten, but he'll go down as well. And eventually things will be cleaned up by the CT side. Only losing 2 players.
Yeah, and now the buy comes out from fnatic Academy again. No money for the AWP back on Jay-Z, but they still got the rifles. And aTTaX, I mean, they've been fairly, constant across the CT side. They had a bit of a slow start, but it's finally come back at least. They picked 4 out of the 5 last rounds and looking to close this out in a potential 10-5, which is definitely doable. You pick up this one, you're up to 8. Then you got an anti-eco. There's a 9-5. That's all, onto one more buy round. But assuming fnatic Academy don't get this bomb down, if they lose this round, that is. The Golden's open things up. Searson's going to get taken down dropping into the middle. Crispy attempting to trade, which he does do, but Golden still refrags back on. So it's the man advantage still for fnatic Academy, except less opponents to deal with now. That's going to favour them even more as these CTs start to split up quite greatly. 1A, 1B. We see Ekman pushing himself back in towards that CT spawn. So not great position from aTTaX. They've really got to take a gamble in this one. If they go double site instead of 1 mid, that's just hoping the fnatic Academy walk into their crosshairs, and it seems like they will with the bomb rotating back towards that T-spawn.
Can actually see Tizian, however, going for quite a bit of aggression. He could be in this battle. If he can get round without anybody spot, they're going to be lining up smokes. He's going to hear them going, but they're already going to be passed by the time he gets in on this flank. It does mean he can flank very quickly, but he's got to rely on his teammates to hold them in. Tizian, this is your moment. They're all going to be facing the other direction. Nobody could expect them to be this close, this quickly. And he's going to be peeking out. We'll be able to find the bomb planter. Gets the second as well. Snaps onto the head of Karas. Damage already done. And now it's 2 players to try and hold this one down. Connector already smoked out. A lot of this is going to come down to Pleasant and Jungle. This is going to be very difficult for the T's to hold on to.
Yeah, it's not looking easy, especially with the utility going to be starting to be thrown out here from the CT side. Smoke going to go on the bomb. Oscarish has a kit. He may as well just jump right the hell on this. Classic going to spray. Not going to be able to connect. Finally takes him down. Actually, Golden as well supporting what is happening here. The T's are making it work. Tizian's committing to the defusal, but no, Blessing has to reload. Still spraying, and he gets it just in time. Less than a second left in fnatic Academy. They're going to pull it back. It's their 6th round on the board. And alternate attacks. No money to really play with. Although, actually, I say that Crispy has 13k. He can just drop guns all over to everyone. They should have a decent buy, in fact, after all.
Crispy taking his time to share the love. Actually, because of that, Ekvin's actually going to go for a FAMAS instead. So, could have got him a little bit better of a rifle, but changed his mind. Sisson going to go for this aggressive peek again. Did work once. Now they're going to actually be throwing some pop flashes in to try and push him out of position. Battered as well, but that's a nice shot. And he'll be able to fade back in. Nice start. Now, let's see how fnatic Academy actually managed to react to this one. Haven't been too good at coming back from, well, poor positions, I suppose. Losing that early man was the big problems in the last few rounds that they won. It was actually Sisson with that AWP doing a hell of a lot of damage. We are going to see a rotation over towards this A site, and you can see Pleasant as well going into underpass, ready to try and split through the connector. Crispy actually playing an interesting angle. Now, just waiting to see if anybody will get boosted into window, but also can peek back into mid. He could be crucial. If he cuts off this connector push, this should be a shutdown round. Obviously, both teams having some troubles now with their economy. Next round could be a bit more of a freebie to whoever wins this one.
Yeah, with the economy being in such a bad state for both teams, that's looking very possible. Searson, though, he wants to try and make it work. Does take down Karas, trying to get himself out of that palace. Another smoke's rain on him, but fnatic Academy still diminished by 2 players here. Searson drops a rotation in through connector. Pleasant can't flank today, and there's still 2 more remaining. JC gets himself one, but he's going to be quickly taken and removed from the equation as Golden, the last man standing on the site. Tizian jumps up. Hello. And alternate attacks, 8-6, potentially a free round now with fnatic Academy not getting that bomb down, so no extra money, just pistols here.
Still, 9-6 actually pretty standard Mirage nowadays. Obviously, both teams would be hoping for a little bit more, especially when you look at the sort of start that came in for that T side, 4 rounds off the bat. A little bit slower in the latter rounds of the half. Obviously, they do have a lot of utility to play with. AWP actually in Palace at the moment. Oh, there's no way Baden could expect this. He's done this once before. He's actually going to get close, and there's the AWP again. Searson with the entry, and he's actually going to go further. Looking to find a little bit more, and this could just be a big, big problem. There's going to be a lot of nades thrown in to slow down this push. They're just getting stuck in their tracks at the moment, and they're eventually going to push through the Molotov. Crispy already. Secondary AWP actually in play at the moment. Another one comes in from Searson up top. Make it a third. He's just beasting at the moment. Does miss one. Actually going to go for the knife. A little bit of BM towards the end of the round. Hopefully that won't be costly. It won't, because Crispy will finish things off.
Yep, you predicted it yourself. Alternate attack's going to close that out after picking up the previous round. It's going to be 9-6. And, I mean, going into the second half, it could be either or right now. That's a fairly equal half. You've got to look at the facts, right? fnatic Academy, they have a great first map. They really dominate it. Going into the second one, 6 rounds T-side Mirage. I'm not complaining if I'm fnatic. They can definitely pull this into a win. It's all going to be dependent on that pistol round. They want to equalize things up with a 9-9. And being on CT side, 9-9, decent chance for them to actually win this one. So, yeah, I'm still going to convince myself that fnatic Academy have a good chance, just off the basis that alternate attacks probably have a bit of a sloppy T-side, considering they don't really play this map that much.
Well, I'm looking basically at the Searson show at the moment. Was very, very good in the previous map. I think it was him who dropped 40 kills and still didn't get the win. Now we look at him, 18-12, was an absolute beast with the AWP and opened up most of the rounds that they managed to win, so now we look. Actually going to see some utility over on Crispy, which is something that alternate attacks haven't been doing too often in their pistol rounds. Pleasant. Looking to throw out a little bit of aggression as well over towards this B site. Obviously, with the B site rushes, you want to find out information as much as possible. Try and make contact a little bit earlier, right, Hugo?
Do love me some contact, dude. Who doesn't love some contact? But Oscarish, Gonna back off here at the Palace position. Just checking there's no one pushed up on ramp here from the T side. Crispy setting up his smoke as well. That's going to be a connector smoke that will allow them to either push into it, which looks more likely. I think this is going to be a fake. They're throwing the smoke down to fake their push to short, but they're actually going to commit to the A site anyway, right in through the smoke. Flash goes over as well to allow them in, but Chorus, he denies the first. Tizian and Ekman, they both follow up here on the T side. The CT positioning backs off of fnatic Academy. aTTaX, I really like this T side play. They clearly have been practicing this map because they've got some interesting strategies. Bless them, last man standing in middle, and he has been removed. aTTaX 10-6. What are we watching? This is great stuff from the guys.
Yeah, and that was mainly a two-man push, right in through connector, both players getting instant frags. I was actually quite intrigued by the fnatic Academy setup. They had one player under ladder and one player above it, both ready, but only one of them was actually facing in the other direction while watching Palace, so doesn't seem to work out. Relatively safe buy coming out from this T side. 4 rifles, in fact. Tizian is going to get dinked down to 15 HP just seconds into the round.
Oh, look at the aggression from Barton. No, completely whiffs it. Oscarish takes him down there with the SMG. Barton going to miss out on what could have been a free pick there for fnatic Academy, but aTTaX now really in the driving seat for this one. As if they already weren't after picking up that pistol. aTTaX, I mean, they have no pressure on them. They have 1 minute and 15 left on the clock. Can just hold. We're seeing a fnatic Academy already start to pro for some aggression. Jay-Z peeking out into middle. Does eventually back off into the connector, but still pushing up into Palace, or Apartment, sorry, it's Pleasant. Right now, fnatic, they're going to be walking into the crosshairs of aTTaX. Jay-Z, again, he wants more in middle. He's still playing on the stairs and connector, and that is going to get him seriously caught out as 2 players getting very up close and personal to take him out, but he still has a P250, so dangerous at close range. However, we'll try and back off. He's going to succeed as well. They spot him, though. Now they can chase him down, and Searson will do exactly that.
Going to see Golden towards the back of site. He's been spotted. Will get return. That's 1 SMG gone. Obviously, Tizian throwing his rifle over to a teammate once he got dinked. Nice shot from Karis. That's going to be a Galil into his hand. Plessum finds another as well. So it's getting a little bit too close for comfort. A lot to be picked up if they are to lose this round. Flashbangs are going to be thrown out. The little utility being utilized by T-side. And, whoa, they line up. Both headshots through the box. Okay, Oscar. Nicely done, and that will be the 11-6, but still very, very costly. They lost 2 rifles in the mix there. Not really the way they wanted to do that. There's either 2 ways you go about it. Obviously, the SMG play, or the sort of heavy rifles, but then you don't die. That's sort of the idea. You don't lose the players because you have the rifles.
Yeah, I mean, a full stack from fnatic over on the A side this round. Just a P250 to their name. I'm kind of round you can just throw away, right? Not going to be too much of an issue if they go for the full stack. But again, aTTaX unlikely to walk into it. They're going for a very methodical approach to this T side, and that's what I like. They're not just storming into a site, just no thinking, just run right in. They're actually checking angles. They're clearing out sites before they commit. And right now, because they're probing only through connector, they can go, oh wait, there are like 3 people here. Let's go B. You know, they have no pressure on them to commit. And that's what's good about the setup from aTTaX so far, with a slow mid progression and the lack of just storming in.
I always like the SMG play with the MAC-10 as well. Just send that player in to just probe, look around. If he dies, okay, we give him a MAC-10. It's not a big problem. He can rebuy in the next round. If he gets a load of kills, great. And if there's no one there, well, we come towards him anyway. Pretty close with Searson. 7 HP. And, well, Jay just watching him jump up and down. Just like, come on. Give me that kill. There we go. Nice shot from Jay, but as said, it won't really make too much of a difference. It is, of course, only SMG. Did Oscar pick up the MAC-10?
It's on the floor, so yes.
Why?
Because it's a great gun, Thomas.
You don't...
Okay.
Now he's... Why are you
now
doing
he's got
this,
an AK.
Yeah, but he picked up Tizian's MAC-10 in the last round, dropping a rifle to do it.
Maybe he just wanted the MAC-10. Maybe he wanted to throw it in spawn. You know, don't judge him. I like this boost though. Look at that, Karas being able to spot onto Ekman. He's actually got a teammate down the connector and other parts as well to clear out that angle. But now aTTaX going to realize that requires at least 2 people, maybe even 3. So they're going to fast play up towards the A side to try and change things up. It works out for a little bit. Searson, the man who got 40 frags in the previous map, is going to get 2 on the opener. But still, Crispy and Searson have a lot of weight left on their shoulders. JD, almost connects the flick shot, but Crispy will take him down, and Golden and Batten, they're going to have to bring this back now. aTTaX have really made this one a hard round.
Like this as well. They're looking to try and rotate back towards the B site. Golden. Oh, that's ballsy. It's not going to work out. Crispy is aware. And now they've actually turned this around. Neat Batten left to try and save this for the fnatic Academy. I don't think he knows where the bomb is. Will very, very soon. Go pushing back in. Crispy, that is a horrible angle. No way you're going to be checking that first time. And 13-6. aTTaX will not only convert the pistol rounds, but get themselves the first buy as well.
Yep, great stuff from them indeed. fnatic Academy now really left on the, well, the lower hand. Surprisingly enough, we've seen, you know, both teams, well, assuming aTTaX are going to pick up this map, which is what I'm assuming, we've seen both teams pick up the opposing team's map. So actually, aTTaX having a great job here in Mirage. They've actually shown a lot more to their setups than what I was expecting. I didn't want to completely rule them out, but they don't have many results on this map, and the results that they do have are mostly negative, right? So you got to assume that this is not a map they like to play. And I've never actually seen them play it myself. So it's nice to see them come into a map where they don't often play, right off of a loss as well in the previous one, and actually have a really good setup on their T side. So it's good. It's refreshing to see this from the guys, and not just a completely aim-based setup. Although Batten, talking about aim, he's got some. Takes down Tizzy in the middle and equalizes it into a 4-on-4.
Not going to be able to retrieve the weapon, unfortunately, so it still leaves them with lackluster pistols in this scenario. Okay, may actually be able to catch one on the cross though. Still 3 versus 3. That's a decent trade considering. Obviously, at this stage of the game, they're still looking to try and win these rounds rather than anything, and it's not going to happen. The damage isn't really going to do too much, although the T's economy isn't great. They're getting very close to that map point. Next round, maybe the last ditch effort for the fnatic Academy to try and stay in this one.
Yeah, Golden don't see him getting anything, and Ekman doesn't either. Headshot there just as he tries to escape through the smoke, and aTTaX 14-6. The thing is, fnatic, yeah, they have a great buy. They're going to have an AWP for sure if they want it, maybe even 2. And yeah, I'm correct. No max 7 for Golden. He goes to the AWP alongside Jay-Z walking. And they have a good buy into this one, but it is going to be, as we've gone over again and again, their last chance here in this map. They don't pick up this one, aTTaX are going to be 16-6ing this. And obviously the economy of the T's is looking fantastic as of late. They're not having any issues. But Golden, he's starting things off on the right footing. Takes down Ekman over in middle.
The way they wanted to do is going to be an aggressive push through the smoke. Oh, they're going to line up actually. Crispy gets tagged down by the AWP. They're going to line up again. Jay gets another 4 kills for him. It should have been in only 2 bullets, but that's ridiculous. Perfect lineup, and at least we'll bring them around on the board, but it's not going to be done just yet. The bank of Crispy will be there to bail out aTTaX as they will continue into the next round.
What a round. The thing is, again, you've got to come back down to this being one individual play, one step up, just to secure it. So how many of them do they have up their sleeves? They're going to need some some dominant maps, or some dominant rounds, sorry, to bring back this map. Again, I can't count them out, Tom. We saw an 11-4 comeback, so let's just leave it at that. Let's not make any prefaces. Let's see what happens as fnatic Academy, once again, going to be waiting for aTTaX to make the first play. Up and towards middle they go. Bomb's going to be joining them as well. We have lots of close mid players, potentially split them inside of this connector. With the combination of the bomb going back towards T-spawn, we could potentially see this A split coming in through both ramp and in through mid. Although it doesn't seem certain as of yet where they're going. The smokes will go out in towards the middle area. That will incapacitate the window, and I think the connector as well there. So actually interesting to see that short isn't even touched here. So they've got to worry about that. If we see an aggressive short play from Fnatic Academy, they could shut down this connector play. Either way, they're going to be checking their angles, walking their way inside of this connector through the smoke. Molotov going to be going in over the A site as well, and also aTTaX committing right in.
Actually going to get quite a bit of control. The problem is they haven't taken down Batten yet over towards CT. There's a second player as well, but Golden is going to miss the shot, and it's Ekford to do the damage. Taking himself 2 kills and leaving the remaining players isolated. We are going to see the flash come in. It's nicely done, but Ekford actually still manages to get one, keeping the man advantage alive. And now the rotation coming in will actually be Pleasant getting into window. The problem is he hasn't really spotted anyone out. His teammate waiting and the bomb beginning to tick. So they need to make their move. Molotov will be thrown in, but unfortunately with Pleasant lost, this is an awful ask. Karas will be able to isolate one. The peak will come back out. He's actually going to ignore it. Try and do something onto this bomb at the moment. Now, it's not planted for either of the players. He's just going to go straight for the defuse. I don't think there's any chance of him making this, though. Oscar will get back in, finish him off, and that is going to be 15-7.
Yep, and maybe even the closeout as well. As we can see, Fnatic, yes, they can buy, but not exactly the best buy in the world right now. They've got a little more to aTTaX's name, I guess you could say. It's going to be a difficult one, but regardless, let's see how it goes out. Fnatic Academy have had some decent rounds. They've had a phenomenal comeback, but I think it's still very likely we are going to be seeing the third map come up shortly. That will be Cash, if I'm correct as well. So I'm actually quite leaning towards alternate attacks in this matchup because Cash is really their main pick. And I'm very surprised Fnatic didn't ban that.
With a 5-7.
Yeah, balanced gun, dude. Balanced gun. What are you saying?
Oh, God. Be looking for a little bit more. Trying to get himself that weapon as well. Maybe they're not done just yet on this map of Mirage. We're going to have the rotation. Going back towards this A site. Now there's 2 players. One lying in the corner by the boxes. The other over towards the other boxes in CT. With the Deeg. It's going to be Batten. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold this one down. Jay is going to have a lot of work to do. Especially considering his teammate only has a Deeg. I say only, we've seen some pretty good shots so far. It's going to hear the sound cues. This is going to give it away. He knows that Oscar's coming from this angle. Batten is going to get wrecked straight away the second they move into the site. But this one position could be the winner of this round. Gets the first, doesn't manage the second. Karas going to miss a shot. Will eventually repeat and take it. Now, we're going to be all alone and spray through the smoke. Golden will finish him off. 15-8. Actually, the money is not looking good now for the Germans.
No, surprisingly enough, it seems like Fnatic Academy has the upper hand for another round. However, however, not sure how much longer that will last. As aTTaX, they've got a huge buffer to play with. 7 more rounds. Fnatic are going to need to bring this all the way back to a 15-15. And, well, it's not quite CT nuke. aTTaX still have a very decent chance here, but regardless, flash into the connector, fast play here from the Deals. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I think there's a good chance Deals could win. We've seen what these guys can do with them, as you have been saying. And Crispy put out over and short, maybe not. It seems like it's going to be a bit of a spray down from the side of the CTs, but I go back on myself. Tizian 2 quick kills. Barton drops another, but aTTaX is still fair game.
Gonna see the boost. Tizian looking for more. May need another boost. It's a little bit awkward. Falls back. Just like, come back. Come back. I need another boost. Boost. Jay holding the angle. Oh, is this the end of the Deeg? Not quite. They're going to go rotating back. Try and get themselves towards this B site. Karas is waiting in apps, but does mean there's a chance for them to get the bomb. Now he's actually going to turn around though. Misses the shot. Can't afford to do that too many times, but there is the bomb. Tizian. He's got an AK. Okay, Karas. Confident enough in his Deagle to finish this round. And, well, considering that was only a pistol buy, not too bad. We are going to see a full coming in for the alternate attack side. Although a couple of the players may actually be skimping, so they're actually just going to play this safe. I like it. I like it. Just have confidence in your full buy. Go for some pistols in this round, and then they can get the full nades and all in the next.
Yeah, no rush to get into your buy round, so you've got a 7-round buffer, now 6. But can't let yourself sink too deep. That's the issue, because once we start to get to about 15-12, 15-13, that's when it gets very scary here. Either way, Alternate tax. I mean, there's still a good chance they could win this round. Look at the setup right now. Plesson solo B. They're going to have to play for the retake because it's very likely these guys will charge into that side and get the entry. Although Plesson denies one. That's 1 for 1. That's fine considering he has a plethora of pistols running towards him. But Crispy, he holds the connector. Takes down another one to Jay. And now, Tom, we're going to see it, aren't we? We're going to see the win on the eco as alternate tax. They've got control of the B site. fnatic Academy trying to walk back in. They've got the utility to play with. The man advantage is still going to be in the favour of these Germans.
Going to see Tizian, he's got that rifle in hand. We'll throw out the flash already. We're going to lose one to the hands of Oscar. It is the prophecy. Oscar's doing all the work. Tizian to try and finish things off, but he can't. Oscar, can he get all three? No, he can't either. Batson actually giving this a damn good try, but unfortunately, no health left. He will fall. Searson may burn in the end, but it will make no difference to the scoreline. Map number 2 is going to go the way of alternate attacks.
Yeah, as expected. Not quite in that round, but later on eventually. They should have just gone for a replay anyway. Either way, good stuff from AA. We are going to be moving on to Cash, and that is exactly where I feel like alternate attacks can destroy, right? Because they are a team that are so dominant on Cash. So I'm very excited to see how that does go. Regardless, guys, we're going to be going for a short break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. See you then.